What I'd like for you to do is choose one hand. Use typically your non-dominant hand. And you can just put your hand up. I'm going to put my hand up further than I would. And I'm going to teach you how to catch your auric bubble. So we're going to take this hand Reiki is a gentle energy. So think like flower essences, gentle energy, right? Feather, not a brick. Feather, not a brick. So we're going to take our hand and we're going to just gently start to catch our auric bubble. And this can really look like this. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Just invite you to settle in, whatever that looks like for you. And then I'm going to take this hand and just start looking for my bubble, wherever that is. And it can sometimes sort of feel a little sticky or a little like a bubblegum bubble. And then we're just going to kind of catch it. And then whenever you catch it, I sort of like to feel around to make sure I have it. It's going to take me just a minute. Okay, so I have mine. And so I have it here. And so now what I want to do is just breathe in for a minute. And now I want to just imagine, you can see, sense, feel, or pretend. Now just imagine your bubble getting bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And just for time's sake, we'll probably go a little bit faster than we normally would, but take your time here when you have it. And now just allow it to get bigger. And now when you feel right and when you feel ready for it, just kind of allow it to come all the way around you, or even as you're almost as if you're stepping into it. Good. So now that we have it, you have an idea of what your aura is, what your aura feels like. So now what we're going to do is start at the top of the head. Now this hand position is not on your handout, but that's okay. So we're going to start at the top of the head at the crown chakra. So you kind of release your bubble. It's here. You don't have to worry about it. It's there. It's not going anywhere. We're going to start at the top of the crown chakra. I'm going to move my camera up a little bit so you can see the top. And then I'm going to kind of do the same thing. Sense my crown chakra. I might have to raise you up just a little bit so I'll make sure where I find where it is. And then whenever you have it, and this can be a different place for each of you, the more you do Reiki, the bigger your aura will get, and you'll be able to sense this more. So really, this is just kind of play with it a little bit. But when you have it, I call this the master push. And this is just my own terminology. There's nothing out there on this per se. It might be, but this is my terminology. And now we're just going to just allow that Reiki just to flow through. And now when you're ready, I want you to just bring your hands down to the top of your head. And this is actually hand position number 1. Now, at some point in time, there used to be like a Reiki timer. Some people set a timer. I don't set a timer. I just use my intuition. And when it feels like it's right to go to the next hand position, I do that. Some people, when they're new, like to actually spend certain minutes each hand position. I don't feel like there's a right or wrong. It's just whatever resonates with you. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and go down to the ears. And this is a soft, soft touch. Remember, think feather, not brick, feather. Very soft touch. And you can even go just gently above the ear level. So it doesn't actually have to touch, and both of those are okay. Really soft touch. We can even go to the back of the head, right around the occipital lobe there. And then we can slide around and we can put one hand here and one hand here. Now again, if I'm going to do this for my own session, I would make each session a little longer, but for time's sake, we want to just make sure we're getting through. Now what we can do is put one hand on each of your back area. And there's no rule that says you have to go in order. People like to go in the order it says, and that's okay. And now we can come to the front. Okay. And now we can just kind of work down the front of the body. And now you won't be able to see me because I'm not standing up, but we can take our hand and put one hand on the right hip, one hand on the left hip. I don't think that's in your in the hand positions. It's just an extra hand position. But you can actually practice sending from your right hand to your left hand, and then from your left hand to your right hand. And it goes really well with guided imagery or an imagery of some sort. So you can kind of even close your eyes and just sort of imagine sort of like you're ping-ponging the energy back and forth. Now you can come to the top of your thighs. And then you can come down to your knees. I'm a martial artist, so there's a lot of energy going to my knees. I will not stay there. And then we can come down to the calves. And then finally we can come to each foot. You can put your one hand on your knee and one hand to your foot, and it can actually send the energy and ping-pong your energy off that way. So bounce it from the foot to the knee and from the knee to the foot. And now you can switch. And now let's just kind of keep the touch on the body if you can, and let's try to work to the back of the body, to your hip area, back of your hips, and like the lower back. Let me just put our hands there. Basically wherever you can reach and feel comfortable. Don't hurt yourself. It's not about hurting yourself or straining of anything. And then if you're very, very flexible, you can kind of come all the way up the back. And again, not hurting yourself or not straining, but just, allowing whatever feels good and a good reach for you.